Well, I'd like to welcome once again President Plevneliev for coming to Malta. We have been speaking about and discussing, first of all, I had to thank the President for a very constructive meeting of the Areolos Group in September in Bulgaria. The Areolos Group being the network of non-executive presidents in the European Union, that is 11 of us. It was a very constructive meeting where we have centered our discussions on making the European project more effective in terms of people's aspirations. We have spoken also of the Western Balkans at the time in terms of their role in the European Union. And once again, President, thank you for really giving us also a cultural experience of what Bulgaria stands for. In fact, we have also discussed quite detailed about Malta's EU presidency in January 2017, and in particular the importance that Malta is giving to a number of very central issues for the agenda for the EU presidency. In terms of migration, Malta will be putting migration as one of the items at the top of the presidency's agenda. Malta believes that it can continue to give really impetus to this issue in terms of going from words to action, to the implementation of a number of already agreed upon initiatives, bringing to the fore again the conclusions of the Valletta Summit, which was a very important meeting last year, and a number of very important conclusions were actually realized. Malta has experienced migration for a long time, so it is in a very important position to actually keep the issue visible. Then the single market, in terms of the single digital market and the energy market as well. The issue of social inclusion, which is very important. Malta will be putting forward social inclusion and hoping that our positive experience, successful experience in terms of women participation in the labor market will actually help member states to move on. Malta is being very innovative in terms of what is bringing to the fore, also with regards to LGBTIQ issues, where Malta now is a pioneer, a global pioneer on these matters. Security, which is a very important issue. We have also discussed this with the President of the Republic of Bulgaria. The Europe's neighborhood policy, Malta being the southernmost border of Europe, is very much aware and with regards to what is going on in this part of Europe, or rather in the region. So the issue of Libya, Syria, the Middle East peace process, Tunisia. Well, obviously, during the presidency also we have discussed with President Plevneliev that we will also highlight the neighborhood policy, Eastern neighborhood policy in terms of Ukraine, and also the relation with Russia. And the maritime aspect, which we believe that it is a very important aspect for Europe, and there is potential for further growth. With Bulgaria, Malta has excellent bilateral relations in terms of diplomatic relations, political relations, but also with regards to people-to-people's contact. Tourism has been on the increase. Maltese going to Bulgaria, Bulgarians coming to Malta. But also there is quite a large Bulgarian community. It's approximately about 6,000 Bulgarians actually reside in Malta, live in Malta. We also discussed further potential between us. There is much scope of looking into how we can develop further bilateral trade, and where Maltese businesses can look for possibilities and opportunities for further investment. We also mentioned the issue of English language learning, where also young people, Bulgarian young people, the possibility of young Bulgarian people coming to Malta to learn English. Well, these are mainly the issues that I have touched upon with the President. So I will now leave it to you, President Plevneliev, to inform the media about what you have been bringing to the fore in our discussions.
Dear Madam President, Excellencies, dear friends, it's a great honor for us to be here in your wonderful, beautiful country, to experience your hospitality and perfect organization of our visit. And this is my first visit to your wonderful country, and I'm really, when I look at the eyes of people on the streets, when I see the friendly environment, the humanism that is coming in every possible square centimeter of your wonderful country, welcoming people, welcoming tourists, welcoming businesses, I just want to tell you that I'm extremely excited, and I will have a very warm memory in my heart about your hospitality and about your welcoming culture. It's a special moment to me also because I will never forget when you come to Bulgaria and we had the Arolos meeting. I was the chair, and your interventions were so passionate, so human, and you were bringing a point about the European Union that has to be close to people, and that people have to see that the Union and the institutions work and deliver results, deliver security, deliver prosperity for them. And I was also so proud that actually the upcoming presidency of the Arolos Group now from Bulgaria moved to Malta, and all of those presidents will be coming here to debate about the future of the European Union in the next months. We are extremely grateful for your big ambition and a very strong agenda with the upcoming presidency of Malta in the European Union. You were very generous telling us the priorities and telling us also not just what type of priorities, but what kind of results we will be willing to achieve. You have a strong result-oriented agenda, and this is extremely important because 500 million Europeans are concerned, as all the politicians too are very much concerned, and the only way to solve fears of people, not in populistic way, but in a responsible way, is to bring results. People should see that the European Union bring results on migration, bring results on terrorism, bring results on our future-oriented projects. And you were having a very strong agenda presented today to us, and we would like to be very clear that Bulgaria is all going to oblige itself. We're not just supporting your priorities, we're not just admiring them, but we will be trying to upgrade, because the Bulgarian presidency of the European Union is just coming a year after your presidency, even less, as our will be in the beginning of 2018. So there will be a lot of pragmatism, there will be synchronization, we will be working on the same priorities. As you rightly said, we will be building bridges, but also we will be looking for results on all the hot topics and problems where Europeans expect from us to act and expect from us to bring results. I want to tell you how grateful we are about a very special gesture, Madam President, you made for the Bulgarian community here, which is vibrant, which is well integrated, and which is contributing to the success of your wonderful country and society. The very special sign you made by inviting the Bulgarian community on our very special day, the day of Saint Brothers Kirill and Methodius, in your residence. you open your heart, you open your doors of the residence as nobody else did it, and we highly appreciate this as a gesture, as a signal of how Malta could, a country with small territory, but with a big heart, integrate everyone and give a hope. We highly appreciate, of course, your agenda on, just name them, all the problems you mentioned: migration, security, terrorism, economy. They have just one sustainable solution, and that is the all-European, the joint European solution. And you will be bringing that point on the table in a time where European member states are facing not just a record number of crises, but also probably the worst of all crises we could imagine. To me, this will be, I call it the moral crisis, a crisis of lack of values, a crisis of lack of unity, a crisis of forgetting who we are and what our values are. And every sentence, every press conference, I know you well, we were together so many times, you are a natural leader of exactly what we need today. We need to bring up values big time on the table. We need to start new integration projects for Europe. We need to see a European Union that is ambitious. And exactly as you mentioned, the European Energy Union, or the European Digital Market, or the European Banking Union, or the Single Supervisory Mechanism, just name them. A lot of projects that make sense and that will be taken care of the upcoming Maltese presidency. And we are so grateful for this. I want to thank you once again, and I want to assure you that we will learn from you, and we will follow your leadership, and we will be making sure that what Malta started, it will be upgraded, it will be continued, and it will be further strengthened through the Bulgarian presidency. Thank you so much.
Thank you, President.
Any questions, please?
Bulgarian National Television, I would like to ask you, as a matter of fact, the negotiations with Great Britain for the Brexit will start just upon a time of your both presidencies. Did you discuss this topic, and what be the main and the most important thing that European Union should do in order to just make the crisis lower?
Yes, we did discuss the subject. Well, in the short time we had, not so much in detail, but definitely Brexit is one of the challenges that Malta will be facing during the presidency. We look for a solution, a positive solution to this. I cannot get into any detail at this point in time. So many things are still open, and so there are no practical indicators that would say that this should be the road or the routes taken. But what I can assure you of is that Malta is geared up for the presidency. We are a small country, but we are a very determined country to make Malta the bridge, a bridge. As Prime Minister Muscat yesterday described Malta very aptly. Malta is naturally a bridge, being in the center of the Mediterranean. And this is what we will be living up to during our presidency. We know that we're getting into challenging times, but we are a small country, but a very determined nation to seek results, and we will get results.
On Brexit, I put myself also as Madam President, but also our nations, Bulgarians and Maltese people, in the fan club of the United Kingdom. I just love them, and I will be doing my best as a Bulgarian President, and also the Madam President too, about just having the right approach and what is going to happen. We will listen very carefully to our British friends. I will be waiting for them to guide us. How do they see a potential Brexit? But no matter the technique, how we're going to approach those negotiations, which are going to be extremely important to all of us, I can assure you about the target, the result, what we would like to achieve. And I will put it in the following way. If this is going to be a divorce or separation, it has to be like within the family. They have to stay in the family. We need to be the best possible friends. We need to keep our ties as close as possible, as efficient as possible, because we need the United Kingdom for our security and for Europe as it will continue to be the case in the future. And even myself, I don't like this word at all. What I'm trying to say is that, yes, we will listen to the people of the United Kingdom. And very interestingly, that Malta is going to start probably in March, April, the procedure. It's not quite sure yet, but probably. But we will be the ones, the Bulgarian presidency, probably to be in the very heart of the negotiations of a potential Brexit. So once again, you see how important it is that we are together. We share not just the same approach, and our friends in London, we will listen to them, we will be with them, and we will finding the best possible solution to all of us, as to stay within the family, even it could be another sign. And once again, to make sure that Bulgaria and Malta will join efforts to make sure that Brexit is going to be taken care of in a very special way. So we deserve to have our full attention, the professionalism of everyone in Europe, to make sure that we find the right solution. But of course, it depends on our British friends to guide us.
Nigel Mifsud from Television Malta. Bulgaria is among the latest countries to join the European Union. Now, the elected president is known for his so-called Russian support. How does the European future for Bulgaria shape? And when will you be calling the early elections?
Well, it's a very special sign that just 2 days ago the Bulgarian government resigned. Yesterday that resignation was also approved by the parliament. Today I had the first consultations on making a new government within the existing parliament, and I come here. And I come here because I have friends to listen to me, and I also, the upcoming Maltese presidency has to know what's going on in my country in order, with your leading position for the next 6 months, of course, you will be better informed and better in shape to guarantee consensus on everyone. But let's make it very clear. Yes, in the next weeks, there will be a debate again on the European Council on 15th and 16th of December about Russian sanctions. And there will be also debate on our politics generally, probably also facing not just Russia, but Turkey might be coming in the agenda in the next months. I want to make it very clear, especially about Bulgaria. Our foreign policy is clear. Our foreign policy is a policy of a country that is a very proud European member, as a president, but also our minister and also our prime minister, whatever their names are, will make sure that Bulgaria acts in a solidar way so that we contribute for European unity. And if it's the case with the sanctions on Russia, I want to assure you, whatever the name of the Bulgarian president is, that Bulgaria will contribute to European unity on sanctions. And Bulgaria will contribute on European unity, how we address all those crises. Yes, you have different approaches. Some would like to see more dialogue. Some others would like to see sanctions fall on Russia. It's not just the case with some of the Bulgarian politicians. You have such politicians all over the spectrum, from Sofia West through Slovakia, Hungary, Italy, even France and the United Kingdom. So, not mentioning Austria, as we have now upcoming presidential elections there. To make the point very clear, Bulgaria is not making any different case than any other country today in the European Union. Yes, we do have populists. Yes, we do have nationalists on the rise. Yes, we do have some pro-Russian politicians, but we have them all over the European Union, and just show me one European member state that doesn't have this as part of its internal political life. But the country will stay very devoted to European unity. Thank you.